Hey everyone, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I got a 2012 Dodge Nitro. Don't see too many of these. It's basically a Jeep Liberty, just with a Dodge nameplate. So what it's in for is the customer has a complaint and says he doesn't know if it's the brakes, he doesn't know what it is, but once he goes above 30 miles an hour, he hears a noise. That's all I got. That's it. So, gonna take it for a ride. Let's see what we got. It's got 148,600 miles on it. So let's go up the street and see what we got. One thing I did notice is this. Not quite sure what that's all about. Usually I've seen marks like that on auction cars. Unless it was parked somewhere and they marked the windshield, like, because, hey, this guy's been parked in the same spot too long. I have no idea. This thing is a four-wheel drive. Maybe it's got a problem with the front diff because I hear a little rumbly type noise just in the parking lot. Let's go up the road. See our mailbox? If you want to come visit, we are Milex Mr. Transmission in Durham, North Carolina. Traction control is kicking on. Notice the steering wheel? So, yeah, now the traction control stopped. Alright, so, this is going to be an alignment issue, and I think the hood just popped on me. I can swear it just popped up. Let me find a spot that I can pull over and double check this hood. I don't want the hood flying open. Well, yeah, now the ABS is kicking in. Traction control is kicking in. I don't know if you heard that. So, there's a problem here somewhere. I don't hear a wheel bearing going bad or anything like that. Usually we'd hear something like that. I don't hear that. Let me pull through this parking lot here and get to the exit side. He was describing it, I was thinking possibly brakes. Well, you know what? He's got that ABS kicking in, so he's thinking he's got a brake issue. But I was thinking possible wheel bearing. You know, who the heck knows? At least that's the way it was described to me at first, and that's what went through my mind at first. But it's not that. So I'm just going to pull over here real quick. I want to verify this hood is closed. Oh, cool. I just watched somebody throw garbage out their window. I hate people. All right, let's check this real quick. Always make sure the car's in park. And yes, the hood is open. Okay, that could have been a disaster. And there, too, on the passenger seat, is the hood prop. All right, let's go up the street again and see what it does. Oh, the other thing too. See the seatbelt right there? See the seatbelt right there? The seatbelt's jammed all the way out. Well, not all the way out. It won't fit around me, which it should. But, so the customer had it like this, which tells me, was this car in some kind of a collision? It's possible. So, if steering geometry is way out of whack, it could do all of these issues that it's experiencing. You hear that? That's traction control kicking in. So let's go up the road. Coming up on the shop in a minute. And we're going to slow down. You're going to see what I see. applied the brakes yet. Okay, but now I'm going to apply the brakes. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Maybe I wasn't going fast enough. I could turn around up here. Oh, okay, didn't do it that time. Alright, so be it. Kicking on. Oh, there it goes. ABS kicked on. Alright, I'm going to be willing to bet it's because the steering wheel's off whack. So this thing probably needs a wheel alignment and some other stuff. So we're going to find out. Let's get it inside. Let's get the scanner on this. Okay, we are going to put a scanner on it. But this thing was hitting the front. I don't know if you can get a good view of this wheel, but it almost looks like it's towed out and it's cambered in on the top. Camber is the tilt of the wheel outward and inward. See how it's kind of got like a weird angle to it? This one has a little camber to it, but it's not tilted out. We have this bumper, something's happened with the bumper. This header panel has been replaced. That's not the original header panel. Let's hook the scanner up to this thing and see what we got. May not have any codes. And if it doesn't, then it's going to have to go for an alignment in that first, but we're going to check it out and see what's going on up front. All right. Pretty sure it was a 12. Let me double check. Number 10th. That's an 11, okay. Thought it was a 12. Alright, Dodge Nitro. It's a 4x4, yep, okay. Code scan. Battery voltage low code. See, now ABS would store, I hate this scanner, I think I mention it every single time. Not that I hate the scanner, I just hate the fact that you can't scroll while it's doing its thing. It makes it very difficult. Let's just let it finish up. I thought it would blow through this quicker. But here, you see the seatbelt? That tells me the retractor itself is probably deployed because they have self-retracting belts. You know, part of the airbag system. You see an airbag. Oh, it definitely got an airbag code. I see it's got 7 of them. Alright. 7 airbag codes. Yep, pre-tensioner circuit for this. Driver's airbag squib. That's for the driver's airbag itself. So the fact that it doesn't have a emblem on it, I'm wondering if the airbag's actually in there still. On fog lights, high beams, low beams, yeah, this thing's definitely in an accident. But there are no... How interesting is that? steering angle code for the steering angle sensor code is only low voltage. I was reading it wrong, sorry. But it was low voltage. That's the only code there. So all low voltage codes. All right. So this situation is all alignment related. However, we're going to put it up in the air and we're going to inspect the front end. All right, so we got it up in the air. This thing was in an obvious accident. I can't tell if it's got frame damage or anything, but there's just too many things that are not correct on here. First off, I've got a gap here between the radiator support and this mount. You can see where somebody chopped it off here, up there. See that they got a nice wood screw holding this front bumper support in, or whatever you want to call that, impact beam. Same thing on this side. This is supposed to attach here, and it's not. There's another wood screw or something up there, see that? So the front end feels tight. I can't really see anything bent. But in all honesty, something like this, we're not going to get involved in. It's not worth the aggravation or the headache, because obviously somebody did a Shangu repair. My uncle George, he used to use that word, and I'll never forget that when I was growing up. He called it a Shangu mechanic. So, but other things too, I can show you. Up here, where the oil cooler is, or power steering cooler, or whatever that is. Look how smashed up it is in there. So it's not worth getting involved in. It's, you know, this is what your problem is. This is what we found. Have a nice day. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, the front end's tight, but obviously there's other things wrong. And how bad was the impact? Because it appears that the airbags had probably gone off in this thing, you know, with all those codes. So anyway, all right, that's going to end this one. Hopefully you got something out of that. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.